Ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time, there was a man who lived the greatest decade of all time. And he's bringing it to you tonight on a Tuesday night, June 3rd, 1984. And that man goes by the name of Rikki Thrash. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you all to the greatest stream of all time. And along with the greatest streams of all time, we also have the greatest guitars of all time, the greatest basses of all time, the greatest keyboards of all time.
Quencher100 has donated $2 and says, "Hey Rikki, how about push-ups for a stream warm-up?"
Ladies and gentlemen, Sergeant Quencher already in the house. Always providing the opportunity to get shredded. As a matter of fact, I think we all can benefit from Sergeant by raising our salute and by getting on that floor, wherever you're watching from. And do some push-ups. This one's for the Sergeant, the greatest Sergeant of all time, coming in hot with the donations, with a $2 donation. We're gonna start the stream off right with 10 push-ups. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. You can't even see me, can you? 6, 7. I lost track. Who cares? 8, 9, 10. One to grow on, because I'm a growing boy. And this stream is constantly growing. And tonight it's gonna go through the roof. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good night. I wanna hear from you, baby. I wanna hear from you. And I wanna know if you're feeling good. I want you to drop not only the greatest symbol of awesomeness of all time, but I want you to drop a little sunglasses in the chat right now. I want to see them. I want to see them come in. I want to see them come in right now. We already got them. Look, you veterans know what to do. You veterans have been here a time or two. But now, you're looking at the greatest Tuesday night stream of all time. This is a first, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very rare occasion. So if you are in the chat, I want you to make it known. And together, Together, we're gonna rock. Woo! I got none other than the pink flamingo caster in my possession, and you better believe that we're gonna shred this thing to pieces. It's a great night, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you to the greatest stream of all time. All right? We got Michelle S. in the chat. We got Wheezy. We got Sergeant Quincher of all time. The greatest Sergeant Quincher 100 of all time. Ray. We got Kid. We got Vapor Vice. We got Atomic Punk. We got Farah. Doc Suzanne. Scylla. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great night. It's an absolutely rad night. Woo! I'm glad everybody's joined. And listen, I'm gonna turn that down just a tad so you can hear my beautiful voice talk to you. Because I tell you, you know, when I wake up every morning, I look in the mirror for 45 minutes and I stare at myself saying, Rikki, your voice is just amazing and sexy. And so, you know, after I talk to myself for 45 minutes just saying that over and over, I mean, the day is just 100 times better. So, that being said, I did do that this morning. And what do you know? A random Tuesday night stream. You never know what comes out of these things, baby. Listen, you just gotta be good to yourself. Speaking of be good to yourself, who in here likes some Journey? Who likes some Journey? I know I do. Ah, man, oh man. Lee, what is up, my man? Vapor Vice, can't wait for the full Rocky IV training montage video. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I just released a little sneak peek on my social media, giving a sample of what's to come. And ladies and gentlemen, you have no idea how much time and effort I put into that video. Not the one that I released. I mean, I did put time and effort into that one, of course. But that's just a sample, ladies and gentlemen. It's a full remake of that Rocky IV scene, and I'm super pumped. It looks really cool, it looks really sick, and I think you guys are gonna like it. And if you don't, well, we might have a problem. You see, you know what we do with people that I have a problem with? It's pretty simple, actually. You see, we get Tony on the line. And Tony and I, we talk things out. We talk things out for quite some time to really just pinpoint.
Quencher100 has donated $5 and says, did you hear about Steve Perry potentially coming back to the world of music? I hope he comes back.
I did not hear. I did not hear. But that is absolutely fantastic news from Sergeant Quincher. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Sergeant Quincher. Always coming in hot with a $5 donation. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, I'll finish my thought in a second, but we got some donation, a little love for you guys up here. So if you decide to support me, you don't have to. I mean, the fact that you're here, you're already supporting. But if you want to donate a little bit more just so I can eat, it goes a long way. So I appreciate it. Sergeant Quincer, show some love for that dude. But as I was saying, all right, when we get down to the important stuff, when I got a problem with somebody, I talk to Tony about it. I get him on the line, speed dial, and we talk. We talk about that specific problem and how we're gonna handle it. And in fact, let me call him up right now. Give him a little update on what's happening. All right, let's do that. Speed dial, baby. He's always busy. Hold on. Let me try again. Okay, let's try this time. Tony, dude, you're what? No, dude, I know you're on a boat. When are you not on a boat partying with a bunch of chicks, dude? Listen, I got some important things to say to you right now. I want you to keep an eye out. Tonight, all right? I want you to keep an eye out tonight on stream, all right? Listen, you do your thing. You have your fun, of course. But listen, we might get a little trouble tonight if the chat gets a little out of hand. And I know what you're saying, we always get out of hand, but in a good way. So Tony, keep an eye out, all right? We got a lot of attention. We're on the hot seat, all right? This stream is the greatest stream ever run, and if anybody finds out, then we're gonna have a lot of chatters. And you know what we do with those few chatters that we have a problem with? We teach them a lesson, Tony. That's right, baby. Okay, you enjoy your cruise or whatever you're doing, man. All right, see you, buddy. All right, bye. You know, when you get a chance, I'll just take like a large pepperoni. You know, maybe some extra cheese. That would be great, Tony. I appreciate it, man. Just have it delivered for once, dude. I mean, it's never delivered. I one of these days, maybe on stream, it'll have words. Tony, enjoy the party. See you later, buddy. Okay, you know, put that back. But am I right? I mean, I feel like we're always starving on stream. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems odd to me that we never get a pizza delivered by Tony. I mean, maybe not by Tony himself, but definitely by, you know, somebody. Anyways, Vapor Advice says, get some chicken on those pizzas once in a while for added protein. I tell you what, that sounds like a fantastic idea. Get those protein for the muscles, baby. Have I flexed today yet? I don't think I have. Other than, you know, earlier when I was staring at myself in the mirror for 45 minutes. But other than that, that doesn't count. You know, that's just my day-to-day basis. You know, that's just my routine. But the fact is that, you know, we're getting strong, we're getting big. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight is kind of crazy for me. You know, I'm a little jittery, you know, I'm all over the place. You know, I'm a little shaky. I got a workout in earlier. I can't even speak. You know what? But that's okay. No one needs to speak. The only person that needs to speak is right here. The mind. That's right. The mind needs to speak. Anyway, so I got a workout in. Yeah, I know Sergeant Quincher's he's going crazy over there on the other end, man. You know, you guys just settle down, okay? I got a workout in earlier, believe it or not. Hit some legs today. Woo! Got the legs pumping. Felt good. But listen, Coco, what's up? Sarah, I'm fantastic. How are you? Listen, I got this workout in, all right? I'm fasting for 2.5 days. Haven't eaten a thing since, let's see, what is today? Tuesday. Haven't eaten a thing since Sunday night. Skipped everything, every meal, no calories whatsoever on Monday. No calories whatsoever today. So I went to the gym, got a workout in, took my pre-workout by one shot. Ladies and gentlemen, that's another thought. You know, we go on all these tangents, you know. It's a beautiful thing. The fact that we have so many tangents to go on. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm going to take a second to shout out the one and only, the greatest pre-workout / caffeine. Even if you don't even work out.
Quencher100 has donated $2 and says, did you mention a workout?
I did mention the workout. Sergeant Quencher, you better hold off now. Hold on. Let me at least finish. And then maybe we'll talk about doing some push-ups. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in. Ladies and gentlemen, I got this workout in earlier. Man, my legs were like noodles. Speaking of noodles, I think we got some exciting things coming later in this stream. Speaking of the queen of noodles, she hit me up. She was like, hey, Rikki, why don't I carry you in some Warzone? You know, she was talking all that trash, you know what I'm saying? And you ladies and gentlemen know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't even have to say the name, okay? But hold on, we got so many things right now. Let me slow it down. All right, that's one thing we don't know how to do around here on this, the greatest stream of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a workout in, and my legs were shaking, okay? It was the best workout of my life. Each week, it's all about improving, you know? Adding some weight to the bar, adding some muscle to the bones, and getting better each and every day. That's what it's all about. All right? That's what it's all about. Getting better each and every day. Being a better you than you were yesterday, today. So, haven't had any food since Sunday night. And so tomorrow morning is going to be my first meal. It's tough. And basically, in my experience, it gives me sort of a jittery feeling, you know? Like I could hear my heartbeat. Your body basically goes into survival mode. You know what I'm saying? And I would not recommend doing this often. I would do this every once in a while. But it has some really good benefits. Otherwise, I mean, why would we starve ourselves? But anyways, in my experience, feeling jittery. And on top of that, don't worry, we're circling back one shot. Ladies and gentlemen, in the link in the description, you can find the greatest caffeine, the cleanest, purest, most enjoyable caffeine you can find on the face of this earth. One Shot Energy. You can get 10% off with my code THRASH, or you can just click on the link and it'll automatically add that code to checkout. It's cheap, guys. I mean, look, get you some caffeine. If you work out, great, you should. If you don't, if you're going to work, pop a couple of those chews and you are good. It's super easy, super simple. Head to the link in the description. It helps me out, all right? Otherwise, I mean, you know? Anyways, as I was saying, in my experience, kind of gives me a jittery feeling, like an amped up, like in a good way. So I literally heard my heart beating just a few seconds ago. You know, I was getting hyped up for the stream, man. You know, you didn't see it, but I was doing push-ups off stream. You didn't see it. But you better believe it, I was doing push-ups.
Quencher100 has donated $5 and says you haven't eaten since Sunday? Slacker Tony really is on the line. If he don't bring that pizza, we can't have a starving Rikki on stream.
I tell you, man, it's about time for another food, a Rickatoni stream. All right? Tony better call his people right now. I know he's on a boat partying somewhere in Miami. Speaking of Miami, it's a great night here in Miami. Miami Vice. We live it up to the fullest here on stream. And everybody here tonight, I want to welcome you. And I want to thank you for joining and having a blast. Tonight we party. I mean, that's what it's all about. We're here to have fun. Sergeant Quincher, thank you for the $5 donation. Are you kidding me? Coming in hot. That's 3 donations by the sergeant. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's make it tasty. I mean, speaking of food, or wicked shredsational bass solos, I mean, listen, that's all what we're trying to do here on the Rikki Thrash stream. Live in the 80s. You may be wondering, how in the world did Rikki Thrash get here in 2025 over on your end? Well, listen, Tony hooked me up with a time machine. This is how everything's working. I know it's crazy, but Tony knows a lot of people. He knows a lot of, oh, there goes, we lost the camera. I wonder if it died. We're gonna finish that. We're gonna finish that thought. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you can still hear me, because that
Michelle S. has donated $10 and says, great to see you back.
Michelle S., I'm feeling good tonight. Matter of fact, my camera did die. Can you believe it? But that's all right. Hold on. I got a solution. I got a real solution. Okay? As I was saying, you know, we got so many tangents on this stream. Sometimes I don't even remember what I'm talking about. So you guys are going to have to remind me every 5 seconds of what I'm talking about. But anyways, Michelle just donates a $10 donation out of nowhere, just comes in hot on a freaking jet airliner. But you know why? Because Michelle knows how to rock. Michelle knows what it's like to be a rock star. Because that's what you are, Michelle. I know I'm cutting in and out. All right, let me replace this battery. In fact, I got some great news. Great news, actually. Hold on.
Quencher 100 has donated $5 and says you were talking about push-ups, right, everyone?
Sergeant Quincher. Sergeant Quincher coming in hot. All right. I mean, Sergeant, I don't know if there's a better solution. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a better solution than to just go ahead and do 20 push-ups right here and now. I mean, chat. I mean, I know I'm not wrong very often, but something tells me that maybe I should do some push-ups. I don't know. I mean, as I look out into the Miami sky, all its beauty and wonder, of all the potential that we have tonight. I mean, that alone seals the deal. Frank says, let's get jacked 80s style. We're gonna need more sweatbands. Listen, if I wore a sweatband tonight, first of all, that would require some sort of sweating. You guys are already on top of that. Sergeant Quincher coming in hot with the donations, always offering an opportunity to get better. So, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get better. You want some push-ups? You're gonna get some right here. A 20 bomb. 1, 2, slow and controlled. 3, to the beat, to the rhythm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Quincher 100 has
11,
donated $2 and says
12,
you said you had news to tell.
13,
You never told us.
14, 15, 16, 17, feeling great right now. 18, 19, 20, and 1 to grow on. Sergeant Quincher coming in hot with another. Just getting blindsided with another donation from Sergeant Quincher. Says I had news to tell. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know right now, I have no idea what news that could have been. It's gone. It's gone. I don't know. That's in the past. Listen, a little lack of macronutrients kind of does that to your brain a little bit. It fogs you up a little bit. And you're thinking, yo, Rikki, how are you gonna support all those gains? All those epic workouts, all those thrasher-sized sessions? Well, that's a great question. And my answer is to you, rather, is this. A long time ago, when I was a young boy, my father told me, son, eat your vegetables. Son, eat your protein. Son, eat your broccoli. And I started crying right then and there. And my father, he did not like the look of that. So he whipped out his belt and he smacked me. And ever since that day, I became a man. I was 6 years old, but I was a man that day. I was a 6-year-old man with armpit hairs. And I saw the light. I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Not because he whipped me so hard that I was seeing stars, but because I saw potential. And I saw a beautiful life. I didn't know what it was gonna be. I didn't know when it would take place. But I know, ladies and gentlemen, that day, at 6 years old, I saw a glimpse of what we're feeling tonight. Alive. Beautiful. That was beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're having a great time tonight, it's the greatest stream of all time. Listen, we might have a special guest come in here and play some video games. In fact, right now, why don't we go ahead? We got some special requests. Listen, Tuesday night stream, kind of crazy, right? Well, listen, you gotta be a little crazy to watch a Rikki Thrash stream, okay? In fact, here's the news. I just remembered the news. You guys are gonna be excited now because I just remembered the news. All right? And I'm gonna tell you the news before I forget it. Here's the news. Here's the good news, actually. For everybody, not just you, not just me, but for everybody. Okay? You hear that beep? That's a good sign. That's a good beep. You know, some beeps aren't great. You know, like a smoke alarm, or like a car horn beep, or like a little moped. Look, we don't do mopeds around here. We drive manly cruisers. We drive motorcycles. None of that moped stuff. Anyways, let me get to my point. All right? Let me get to my point. The point is we got Pamela, we got Michelle, we got Jorge, we got Katie Martin, we got 80s TV enthusiast Damien, Tobias, Vapor Vice, Sarton as always. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to see a salute to your fellow Thrashers. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that great news ahead of us. We're going to do a little stalling, okay? For about 30 minutes, actually about 20 minutes. We'll change it up here around 10 o'clock. But we're breaking in. I mean, we're just getting started. You know what I'm saying? And the fact is, the great news for you, ladies and gentlemen, is, well, let me think. In fact, okay. You might be thinking, oh, you're just making this up on the fly. I never do that. In fact, each stream I have a script prepared. I hit on every point. I write it out, word for word, of what I'm gonna say. Each stream. So that's what I do all day. You might wonder, oh, Rikki, what do you do outside of streaming? Well, that's exactly what I do. I write down exactly what I'm saying. So, you know, I wake up, right? And I get out of bed, I go to the bathroom, and I look at myself in the mirror for 45 minutes. And I repeat the words, "You are so rad," over and over for 45 minutes. And then today had to change up the schedule a little bit. I didn't eat, so I'm jittery, man. I'm ready to fight Mike Tyson, you know? But he's not here in Miami right now, so he might be, actually. I don't know. Who knows? But the point I'm trying to make Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I do. This is what I do best. This is what I do best. I like to keep you on your toes. I mean, this whole time for the last 15 minutes, you might have been wondering, what is Rikki's great news that he's had this whole time? Well, that's the exciting part, all right? It's the exciting part about this life we live in. You get to do things your own way. You get to add twists and turns like you're driving in an 84 T-top Cameo. That's what I do every sunset, every day. Right before stream, the sun's going down, I'm going off into the distance in my 83 T-top Cameo. Of course, the sunglasses are always on. Because what would I be doing if they were off? But tonight is a wonderful night. Let's keep up. Let's catch up. Let's catch up. Let's keep up. Let's keep up. Let's keep up. Who wants to keep up? Totally tubular. Kyle, what is up? Jorge. Scylla's dad is on here. Welcome, Scylla's dad. Kyle, I'm doing fantastic. Fantastic. Frank Black says, Rikki projects so much positive 80s man energy that we can feel it and be healed by it all the way up here in Tennessee Valley. Man, it feels good to hear that.
Quencher100 has donated $5 and says, I think it's safe to assume that your good news was that you're streaming on a Tuesday night.
Sergeant! Safe to say that my good news is that we're streaming on a Tuesday night. And it feels good. It feels really good. Sergeant, thank you for the donation. Sergeant's coming in hot, man. I tell you, it's been a long 2-3 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Hasn't been 3. Trust me, I want to do that to you. But guess what? We're also streaming tomorrow night, same time, Wednesday. But Sergeant, always keeping us on our toes. That's one thing we got in common, But listen, it's good to hear that that the positive energy is just vibrating through the United States, the greatest country in the world. And it's also good to know that we're not only here in the United States. I may be in Miami, living it up, fighting crime during the night, streaming in the late evening. But you all are from around the world, and it feels good to touch hearts and to inspire the same way you inspire me. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I have some great things coming up. Got some great things coming up. In fact, if you don't know who I am,
Sydney Walker has donated $4.99 and says it's nice to see you back, Rikki.
Sydney Walker!
The Crown Rini has donated $1.99 and says I can't feel it.
We got two legends in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome Sydney Walker with the $4.99 donation. As I'm walking around with a pink flamingo caster. This is a beaut. All right, this is my flamingo caster. That's her name. And we're gonna be shredding on it quite a bit. But then, the legend herself comes in to follow immediately after Sydney Walker's donation. Sydney, by the way, it's great seeing you too. It's great to be back. Another day, another dollar. And you know what? Speaking of dollars, it's about time we save up all the energy and put it towards a win on some video games. And that's exactly what Crown Rikki is coming to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's a special surprise that nobody knew about. But Crown Rikki, always coming in with the noodles as we try to deliver the noodles right back. Crown Rikki wants to play some Warzone tonight. And chat, you better believe that we're gonna get a win. All right, that's gonna come up in about, we're gonna say 30 minutes, all right? 30 minutes. You know, we're still saying hello. I feel like we just haven't even shook hands yet. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, what are you doing? Did you not shake my hand? What do you, like, literally reach out? I know you're just sitting there watching on the little tiny screen that you have or whatever, but like, reach out your hand right now. I don't care what you're doing. Seriously, I can, like, don't make me get Tony on the line, all right? I tell you what, you might not feel the wrath and the threat of Tony, but I will get him on the line and say we might have a problem. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, that is the last thing that you want, okay? So I want you to shake my hand, darn it. I'm gonna give you one final chance. Thank you. Feels good, huh? It's a good firm handshake, by the way. None of that soft crap. We don't stand for softness. We're all about extreme.
Sydney Walker has donated $4.99 and says you said reach out your hand. The Crown Rikki has donated $1.99 and says need more time in updating the game.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Quencher100 has donated $5 and says Tony's always a problem, you gotta get that slacker on call.
Sydney Walker? Ha! Look, Sydney's smart. She's a smart girl. When I say shake my hand, she knows what to do. What does she do? She reaches out and shakes it. That's right. Sydney Walker, thank you for the $4.99. Crown Rikki coming in hot with $1.99 to $2. Let's just round up, because Crown Rikki deserves it. She deserves to be rounded up in life. Crown Rikki, no problem. No worries at all. We'll give it time. In fact, I'm in no rush, man. I'm here all night with you guys. That's all we gotta do. It's all about the present and worrying about the now. So let's just do that. Sergeant Quencher, Tony, the thing is, Tony's never the problem. He always finds a solution. But then, that solution might involve a little dirty work that Tony may or may not want to get his hands into. But that's the thing about Tony. You know, I mean, he might be partying on a yacht right now with a bunch of chicks. But he's not partying in this room with a bunch of futuristic thrashers.
The Crown Rini has donated $1.99 and says I gotta hang out with Tony one of these days.
Crown, don't we all want to hang out with Tony? Listen, he's always busy, otherwise I'd bring him in here to hang out. I tell you, man, this is just a bass player playing guitar. I don't even know how to play it. It's got 6 strings, are you kidding me? But right now, that's all we got. All right? The bass is not on the right setting, and it's out of commission at the moment. But by tomorrow, you better believe that I'm gonna get it all set up. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a Tuesday night out of the whack stream. So we're gonna do what we got, and we're gonna give it a shot, ladies and gentlemen. Crown Rini coming in hot with $1.99.
Hey, Demerton has donated $20 and says happy birthday, Silla Goose.
Why did no one tell me that it is the legendary Silla Goose's birthday today? Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the scene of the crime, witnessing nonsense. Silla Goose, this shred is for you. Happy birthday. And then I smashed my guitar. Ha. We're having fun here. We're having fun. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I plug it in. Ha! Right? Tell you what, I got you again. Always throwing you off guard, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping you on your toes, that's what I do best. All right. Everybody, I want to welcome you. I want to welcome you to the chat, and I want you to welcome Silla and say happy birthday to Silla. Everybody wish happy birthday to one of the greatest 80s
Jorge Medina has donated $4.99 and says the best Tuesday night live of 1985. You are amazing, Rikki.
The best 80s thrasher is what I was, getting at. Until we got interrupted by the Jorge Medina with a $5 donation saying the best Tuesday night live of 1985. You are amazing, Rikki.
Sydney Walker has donated $1.99 and says it was on Discord that it was her birthday.
Discord, baby! Sydney Walker pointing out that I do have a Discord, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not a part of that, we got all the thrashers in there. And I want you to be a part of it.
Quencher100 has donated $5 and says, have you ever actually smashed a guitar on stage? And happy day, Goosey Girl.
I'd have to say, ladies and gentlemen, I've never smashed a guitar on stage. But Sergeant Quencher, thank you for the $5. Let me get back to you here in a second. I gotta figure out something. Just bear with me, Chad. I'm coming right back. You just hold your horses. And you let Mr. Thrash run the show. Because tonight is the only night that matters. Sydney Walker always plugging the Discord. Always. Sweet 16, baby. What a year. All right. Luke Nelson says to be gentle for once. I don't think Luke knows that there's no room for softness in this stream. I tell you, The song's a little slow, but feels good to play the bass. What we're
The Crown Rini has donated $1.99 and says, I love your fit, by the way, minus the glasses.
I mean, that was going so well. That whole message until the very end. What, ladies and gentlemen, Crown Rini. I mean, this is the queen of noodles we're talking about right now. She says she doesn't like sunglasses at night. She doesn't like the sunglasses at night. Crown Rini, I don't know how to tell you this.
Sydney Walker has donated $1.99 and says, always with the shades inside.
I don't know how to tell you this, but Sydney
subscriber.
is coming around. We got all kinds of things happening right now. We got a lot of things going right, a lot of things going left, a lot of things going right down the middle. Right aimed at you. Crown Rini, I'm gonna take my shades off just for you. But just know that around here, we like a little shades. We like a little darkness. We like a little sunglasses at night here in Miami. I'm gonna say hello to it's pretty much our neighbors at this point. I tell you what, Thrashers, guess what? My neighbors are all on the streets, dancing the night away. And that's exactly what we're doing tonight up here in my Florida, Miami penthouse. We're not only dancing, we're not only...
Sydney Walker has donated $1.99 and says, yeah, you shadow dweller.
We're not only dwelling in the shadows, but we're thrashing. Because if you're just joining, my name is Rikki Thrash. And we do something a little different around here. We wear our sunglasses.
The Crown Rini has donated $1.99 and says, put them back on, just messing with you, haha.
At night. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do something crazy. We're gonna throw a curveball at you. You know what a curveball is? You know what it does to you? It makes you think. It makes you wonder. It makes you analyze the situation at hand. And you start to ponder on a potential future, a potential near future that's happening right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the past. Did that make any sense? You know it.
Sydney Walker has donated $1.99 and says, I am heading to bed though. Good night, everyone.
Sydney Walker. I'm not through with you. Sydney Walker. You know, I don't know what's more important to you. I mean, it's not like you're working at the vet and saving lives, saving animal lives, little doggy lives, little cats. And you have to go to bed at a certain good, decent hour. I mean, that would be crazy. That'd be crazy if you had to do all that. But sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot. You know what I said earlier, just 25 minutes ago? I said that you gotta be a little crazy to watch the stream. You gotta be a little crazy to be a Thrasher. You gotta be a little crazy to hang out in Miami Vice with Rikki Thrash in 1984. And that's exactly what Sydney Walker's doing. She's being a little crazy. But Sydney, that's what it's all about. Sydney, Walker, Gur. I'm not afraid to call the shots around here, Sydney. You know, you might think, I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves. You might think that Tony is in charge of the show, but that's where you're wrong, okay? Because behind the scenes, you know, Tony does a lot of work. But behind the scenes, what was that I just did? I have no idea. What was that I just did? No idea. What was that I just did? No clue. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa, chat, we're a little crazy tonight, aren't we? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about here in Miami. Living the night away. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're wasting time, aren't we? We're wasting time. We're wasting valuable time that we could be using right here, right now. Woo! It's good to be back. It's good to be back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long 2 weeks. I'm gonna take the shades off, you know, because I can't see nothing with those things on. But listen, it's all about the look. It's all about being the best and looking the greatest. Vithar.
The Crown Rini has donated $1.99 and says I'm gonna hop off, messing around with her emotions.
Crown Rini, let's just get one thing straight. Nobody messes with my emotions. Because you know what? When you're this in control of yourself, and you know how to run the show, and you know how to call the shots, emotions might as well take last place in the category of care in my book. Because here's one thing, let's just get this straight. Crown with me. We traveled years to the future. Look, you guys got me sweating and everything. Look, sweating. It's either that or, you know, we're just glistening. You tell me. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Crown Rennie, coming in hot with a donation. Thank you very much. The Queen of Noodles. Sydney Walker says, I was only gonna get off because the boyfriend is asleep on the line with me and I didn't want to wake him with laughing. But almost did when Rikki ran at the screen like he did when I was gonna go. Sydney, that was some good times, right? Some wild times. It's a good night, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to, we're gonna do something cool. All right, listen, I traveled many years and back to be able to connect to the future. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1980s. I am Rikki Thrash, and tonight we are going to be playing some futuristic video games from your era. Okay? And we're gonna win. Tonight was a last minute stream, but who knows, I might just start doing this more often. You know what I'm saying? Let's rock and roll. Wait, no sound. No sound. No sound? What are you talking about? I'm talking about no sound. All right, why is there no sound though? I don't understand that. Is there seriously no sound? Or are you guys just pulling my leg? Oh, I'm good. What happened? All right, Vaporvice said I'm fine. I mean, I didn't do anything. Unless there's a ghost in here just walking the room, I don't know. You guys scared me. The sound is very low. Okay, am I back? Am I sounding sexy as always? I mean, I didn't stand in front of the mirror for 45 minutes this morning practicing my lines just to not have sound.
Sydney Walker has donated $1.99 and says when you zoom it mutes.
Oh, okay. Good call, Sydney. Good call. I tell you what, it's good to have Sydney here in the chat, helping us figure things out. You guys were saying, oh, no sound. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, it's low. Well, why don't you crank the speakers to 11, baby? We got it working now, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to be back It's been a long 2 weeks. A very long 2 weeks without you guys. And it's safe to say that tonight we are feeling good. Hopefully our camera doesn't die. But we're gonna play some video games, why not? All right.
Sydney
Walker has donated $1.99 and says, "What would you do without me?"
What is happening right now? Ladies and gentlemen, we got all kinds of stuff happening. This is what happens when we're spur of the moment. And Tony keeps me on my toes. Because that's the thing, Tony, you know, you may think he's out, you know, fighting crime like I do every night. But he's keeping me on my toes. He's making sure that this stream is the best it's gonna be. And in order to do that, he's gotta make sure that I can take the hits, that I can take the curveballs and knock it right out of the park. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're doing tonight. And you're here witnessing the greatest stream of all time. I just want you to know right now, there's no turning back. We got so much momentum that there's nowhere to go but up. And we're gonna climb, baby. We're gonna climb until we can't climb no more. All right? Tony is the Alfred to my Batman. That is absolutely correct, Vithar. Am I saying that right? Vithar? I mean, that is wicked. Vithar. It's either that or Vither. But then it sounds like I'm, you know, I got a lisp or something. Lips? I do have lips. You know, I do have lips, that's for sure. Katie's heading out. I'll catch up with you guys in Discord later. Good night. Katie shouting out the Discord. Katie Martin, an absolute legend in this stream. If you guys don't know who Katie Martin is, I tell you, she's been here since day one, always supporting, always dreaming, always shooting for the stars. Katie Martin, have a fantastic night. All right.
Ruck up. You're headed to the war zone.
Whew, that is loud. Golly. Is that not loud to anybody? All right. I don't know how long this stream is gonna be. I know Crown Renee wanted to hop in, but she just said she was out of here, messing with my emotions. But I'll say this, she'll be back. That's for sure. She'll be back. All right, we're starting from square one. Also, I'm gonna take these shades off. Because, you know, this tiny little TV, it's a little hard to see, but with shades on, it's especially hard to see. So, okay. All right. Vithar, I am right. Okay, cool. Katie rocks, doesn't she, Michelle? We love Katie, says Sydney. Video game sound echoes. Vapor Vice. Coming in hot with that wonderful advice. We got it fixed now, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Vapor Vice coming in hot with that information. Thank you, sir. Okay. Oh, you know what? Hold on. All right, we're off to a bad start.
Welcome to the Gulag. Fight to win redeployment.
Yeah, you know, I know exactly why it's doing that. It's basically picking up on the audio in my ears into the mic. That's what's happening. Before, it was a different reason. But now...
Success means redeployment.
Yeah.
Failure means elimination.
That's not good. It's weird. Alright, let me just... Alright. Okay. Alright, hold on. Let me hide in a building and figure this out. Ladies and gentlemen, just hold your horses. Of course there's somebody here. Great. Oh! Oh my goodness, how many bullets will you take? Let me just... Guys, I'm trying to figure out audio real quick. Okay. Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, check, check, hey, hey. Check. Say something. Check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check. Check, 1, 2. Check. I hear you, let's make a nasty. I mean, tasty. I mean, either one works, I guess. The game has been updating, Michelle. I'm about to throw my TV. Crown Rennie. If you throw... Hold on. If you throw your TV...
Sydney Walker has donated $1.99 and says you need to try Dead by Daylight. It'll play you.
Ill. Play you. Dead by Daylight, I've heard of that. Is that some futuristic game from the future that that you kids are playing?
Dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Yeah, that's super weird.
You've got gas moving in.
All right. Hold on. A lot of commotion happening, right?
Enemy UAV is online.
Okay. Throw your TV, then hit a front double bicep pose. That's right, Vithar. Crown Rennie, do some bicep flexes for us.
Changing mags.
Hold on. I'm not ready to play yet. Freaking. I guess I gotta turn my headset down. Dadgummit. It's unfortunate. Alright, let's get focused. Is it echoing now? Let me know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. It is. Alright, let me just play this game. Figure it out afterwards. Crown Rennie, just let me know when your game updates. Super weird though. It was not doing this that last time. We may just have to... Alright. You know what? We may just have to... We may just... We may... We may just... We may... Am I cutting in and out, or am I good? All right. Time to get focused, ladies and gentlemen. Let's win this game. Man. Is it super weird? Oh! I know why! I know why. Shoot. Not the time to fix audio when you got...
Enemy down. You've got loadout drop inbound.
Alright. Can I not just catch my breath real quick? Golly, dude. Let me just catch my breath.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Alright. I figured it out. Figured it out. Okay. Nope. Wasn't it? Check. All right. Whoa.
Reloading. Enemy incoming.
All right, hold on. I know it's I know the reason why it's giving me some issues. But
You're losing ground. Moving.
check. What I want. All right. This may cause All right, I'm gonna restart this real quick. It's gonna go blank for a second. Don't leave. And if anything happens, I'm gonna be picking it right back up, all right? So just find the new stream but for some reason I gotta restart this, so